One of the first things we noticed is that the entrance to the park is really not well signposted. We drove right past it and had to back up and get it back into the park. Also, when we came upon the office up ahead, we ended up pulling too close to that and then had to back up again to get into the area where our site had been assigned. Besides that, the roads are very wide. The pull-through sites are really quite easily accessible. We only noticed one bathroom serving the whole site, and in front of that is a sani dump. All the sites are serviced, so I assume that's for people passing through. As you can see, the sites are pretty wide open. There's not a lot of privacy, well, no privacy between any of the sites. There's also no fire pits, nor were there any picnic tables. During the weekend, the park became quite a bit fuller. I assume this is people attending tastings at the local wineries, because the local wineries fill up on the weekend as well. The office is staffed daily from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. and the staff are not intrusive, but they're very helpful when you go in and ask for information. At one point, Joe was given a few recommendations for restaurants because my birthday happened during this week, so we enjoyed a nice dinner out at the Calistoga Inn. We did have excellent cellular reception and Wi-Fi in this park. Please click the link below to access our full review, including photos.
Hi, it's Maggie and Joe. Check it in again.
It's Maggie and Joe from Average Joe's RV Living Blog, and we're on a gondola again. There's a theme here.
We are going up to the Sterling Vineyards in Napa Valley, and to get there you go up to the winery on a tram.
Well, it's a gondola.
Sorry. So we're at the Sterling Vineyards in Napa Valley, and we're going up to do a wine tasting. And we're in this gondola high over their vineyards and the rest of their grounds full of oak trees. It's absolutely beautiful.
Basically, it's just wall-to-wall vineyards around here. Every single property is a vineyard. I've never seen so many, not even in the Cape in South Africa. And so we've got a passport. It's a really nice tourist deal, and you get to do about 10 of them for $60.
Yeah,
so that's
which is really a great deal, because the winery we went to yesterday I think was $50,
just
and
for one.
The one today is $45. So by the time you've gone to two wineries, you've paid for it. And what are you doing in Napa anyway? You've got to come here to drink the wine.
Yeah. And we found out about this deal by going into the Visitors Center in Calistoga. So that's something we discovered is a really good thing. The first thing we have to do when we get to a place is go and see their Visitors Center and get some advice about what's a good deal to see the local area. And so there's so many wineries, obviously we can't see them all, but we're just trying to see the most beautiful and spectacular ones. This is pretty spectacular.
And really have to highly recommend Calistoga. I mean, the RV park has good Wi-Fi. We've been streaming and catching up on news and just really enjoying the connectivity. It's nice and clean.
And the RV park is within walking distance of the village of Calistoga town, I guess they call it. Very tiny town, which is full of good restaurants, spas, mineral stuff, mineral springs, hot springs, wineries. Again, they're right in town.
Yeah, there's lots of tasting rooms on the main street, which is Lincoln Avenue. You can just pretty much stumble your way along, moving from tasting room to tasting room, which is the plan for today.
Happy birthday to Maggie at Calistoga Inn.
Napa Valley.
Napa Valley. All day long was pretty much a party. So we went to wineries. So I think Calistoga is one of the first cities I've ever been in, towns that was invented purely for people to have fun, drink wine, and get spa treatments. So this is a really fun part of our trip. Some parts of our trip we figured out are just hard work, working on our blogs. Some of them are the challenge of some challenging drives, and
We're coming in.
and some of them are just pure fun, and this is the pure fun bit. Thank you.
That quiet? Do you want me to say anything or just look pretty?
Oh, can you do both at the same time?
We're coming back down now after 6 wine samplings. We had 2 amazing whites, 3 amazing whites, though the third one was
Sweet.
very sweet, and 3 lovely reds of varying price points. Of course, the most expensive was the most delicious.
We didn't buy anything.
No, we're not ready to buy yet.
We have to go to many, many wineries and taste many wines before we commit to spending any money. Need some
This has been spectacular.
spectacular place.
Just overlooking the whole valley from up here. It's pretty amazing.
It's like a bucking bronco, but much easier.
Hello, welcome back.
Thank you.
So this is our last day in Calistoga, and we're coming to you from the Romeo Winery, where we've just had a wonderful tasting of some beautiful red wines. We purchased their port, highly recommended. It's a beautiful, smooth port, not high alcohol, and an award-winning rosé.
We're actually on the main street of Calistoga. It's called Lincoln Road or Lincoln Avenue. And we're just going to walk down the street and go to various wineries. They actually have the wine tasting on the main street. And we're not more than a mile from home, so when we're done, we'll just walk on.
Absolutely. So as I said, this is our last day in Calistoga, so the next time we check in, we will be outside of San Francisco in Vallejo, and we're planning to spend 1 day in San Francisco and then start making our way down to Bakersfield and Palm Desert.
So I just want to end with a really big recommendation. If you're traveling across the USA, try and stop in at the Calistoga RV Park, because this little city has it all. It has wonderful restaurants, wonderful vineyards, everything. Like, we've never traveled more than 6 miles to go anywhere the whole time we've been here.
And it's charming, absolutely charming.
Charming city, and also spas. And we didn't do the spas, but it does have that if that's your thing.
And wonderful, friendly people. Came over to see you. That's what we know, because we spent 2 weeks in Seattle. It was like, this is nice. Wasn't like home at all.
Nice. But plot your journey well, because we came in on the California
128.
128. Avoid at all costs. Avoid at all costs. Come in on the 29.
I have no idea.
Anyway, don't do the California.
128.
Do not do the California 128. 20 miles of white knuckling it. So try and come in from the south rather than from the north, and you'll have a better trip in. Do not trust your Garmin 770, which will take you anywhere.
So until next time, we will say cheers to the Napa Valley.
Cheers. Unfortunately, we don't have a glass, but this is I know it doesn't look like it, but this is a hard-working day for us. We have to hit 3 vineyards because tomorrow we're traveling. So up and at 'em, honey.
Let's go.
Let's go.
So thanks for watching, and please help us grow our channel by liking and subscribing. See you next time.
See you next time.